After watching 5,000 minutes of Hansi Flick's Barcelona this season, I need to tell you something that's going to sound absolutely insane. Everyone's watching Real Madrid. The media's obsessed with Mbappe's goals. Pundits are analysing Bellingham's form. Twitter is debating whether this Madrid team is the best ever. But here's the truth. They're all looking in the wrong direction. Because while everyone's distracted by the Galacticos, Barcelona are quietly building the most terrifying team in world football. And I don't mean terrifying for La Liga. I mean terrifying for Europe. For everyone. After analysing every match, every tactical innovation, every suffocating performance this season, I've discovered why Barcelona aren't just going to win La Liga. They're going to dominate it in a way we haven't seen since Guardiola's tiki-taka era. By the end of the video, you'll understand why Hansi Flick's Barcelona are the scariest team on the planet right now, and why everyone should be worried. Let's get into it. Let me show you where Barcelona actually are on December 19th, 2025. First place in La Liga with 37 points from 16 matches. 11 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss. They've scored 43 goals and conceded just 16. Their goal difference of plus 27 is the best in the league. But here's what's deceptive about those numbers. Barcelona aren't dominating. At least not consistently. They lost El Clasico 2-1 at the Bernabeu in October. Mbappe and Bellingham exposed their high defensive line. For a moment, it looked like Flick's system had a fatal flaw. They've drawn 4 matches this season. 4. Against teams they should be beating comfortably. And just 2 weeks ago, they needed a comeback to beat Atletico Madrid 3-1 at Camp Nou. They went behind first. Robert Lewandowski missed a penalty. Pedri, Dani Olmo, and Rafinha all picked up injuries during the match. On paper, Barcelona look vulnerable. They look beatable. They look like a team that might collapse under pressure. But here's the scary truth. That vulnerability, it's a lie. It's smoke and mirrors, and everyone's falling for it. To understand what Flick is really doing, you need to see the pattern that defines Barcelona's entire season. This team has come from behind to win 5 times in La Liga this season. Think about that for a second. Against Atletico in December, they went 1-0 down. Rafinha equalised within 6 minutes. Dani Olmo put them ahead. Ferran Torres sealed it in stoppage time. 3-1. Earlier in the season, similar stories. Barcelona concedes first, the opposition thinks they've cracked the code, and then Flick's team just overwhelms them. This isn't luck. This isn't individual brilliance saving a flawed system. This is psychological warfare. Flick has built a team that makes opponents believe they have a chance. Barcelona's ridiculously high defensive line, the one that got exploited at the Bernabeu, invites teams to try and beat them with pace. And when teams commit to that strategy, Barcelona suffocates them. Let me show you exactly how it works. Here's what makes Flick's system at Barcelona completely different than anything we've seen before. When he arrived this season, everyone expected him to play like he did at Bayern Munich. High press, vertical passing, relentless intensity. And yes, he does all of that. But there's something else. Something more sophisticated. Flick has weaponized Barcelona's defensive vulnerability. He's turned what looks like a weakness into their greatest strength. Watch the match against Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone brought Alex Baena specifically to exploit Barcelona's high line. And it worked. Baena scored in the 20th minute, running in behind Pau Kubasi. For most teams, that would be a wake-up call to drop deeper, to be more cautious. But Barcelona, they pushed even higher. Because here's what Flick understood that nobody else does. When Barcelona go 1-0 down with their high line exposed, opponents think they've figured it out. They think the game plan is working. So they keep trying to exploit it. And that's exactly when Barcelona destroyed them. After Baena's goal, Atletico kept trying to play the same way. They kept looking for balls in behind. They kept committing players forward. And Barcelona's midfield, with Pedri orchestrating everything, started dominating possession. 71% of the ball in that match. 12 shots in the first half alone. 6 minutes after going behind, Rafinha equalised. Pedri's pass was inch perfect. Rafinha went around Jan Oblak and slotted it in. Game tied at 1-1 after 26 minutes. In the second half, Barcelona didn't sit back. They didn't try to protect the draw. They attacked even more aggressively. Dani Olmo scored in the 65th minute to make it 2-1. Ferran Torres sealed it in injury time. 3-1. 5 comeback wins this season. And every single one follows the exact same pattern. This is Flick's genius. He's not just coaching tactics. He's coaching psychology. If you made it this far and enjoyed the video, we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel, as we're still a small channel looking to grow and it goes a long way for us. Now, let's talk about the player who makes all of this possible, Lamine Yamal. Yamal is 18 years old. 18. And he's already the most important player in Barcelona's squad. This season, he's got 6 goals and 7 assists in La Liga. But those numbers don't tell the full story. Watch any Barcelona match, and you'll see the same thing. Everything flows through Yamal. When Barcelona are struggling to break down a defense, they give it to Yamal. When they need a moment of magic, they give it to Yamal. When they're chasing a game, they give it to Yamal. And he delivers. Every single time. Against Atletico, with the match tied at 1-1 and Barcelona desperately needing a goal, it was Yamal who created the space for Olmo's winner. His movement pulled Atletico's defense out of position. His vision found the pass. His decision-making was perfect. At 18 years old. But here's the scary part. Yamal isn't even close to his peak yet. He's still learning, still developing, still adding new elements to his game. Right now, he's one of the best wingers in world football. By the time he's 22, he'll be the best player on the planet. Not one of the best, the best. And Barcelona have him locked in for the next decade. Think about that. While Real Madrid are relying on a 26-year-old Mbappe and a 21-year-old Bellingham, Barcelona have an 18-year-old who's already at their level and will only get better. This is the foundation of a dynasty. Now, here's the controversial part that nobody wants to admit. Barcelona's high defensive line isn't a weakness. It's their greatest weapon. Yes, they got exposed at the Bernabeu. Yes, Mbappe ran in behind and scored. Yes, Bellingham exploited the space. But look at the bigger picture. Since that El Clasico defeat on October 26th, Barcelona have won 5 consecutive La Liga matches. They've beaten Deportivo Alaves, Atletico Madrid, Real Betis, and others without losing. And in every single one of those matches, they've played the exact same suicidally high defensive line. Because here's what opposing managers don't understand. Barcelona's high line forces you to change your entire game plan. If you try to play through them, their midfield press suffocates you. Pedri, Frankie de Jong, and Eric Garcia form a triangle that cuts off every passing lane. If you try to go long over the top, you're playing a lottery. Yes, sometimes it works. But most of the time, your striker is isolated against 3 Barcelona defenders who are faster than you think. And if you try to sit deep and defend, you're giving the ball to Barcelona at the Camp Nou with Yamal, Rafinha, and Lewandowski ready to attack. Pick your position. Every option is bad. That's why Barcelona has the best goal difference in La Liga. That's why they've scored 43 goals in 16 matches. That's why they're averaging nearly 3 goals per game. Flick has created a system where even when the opposition scores first, they're playing right into his hands. So here's the truth about Hansi Flick's Barcelona after 5,000 minutes of analysis this season. This team isn't just winning La Liga. They're reinventing how Barcelona plays football. Guardiola's Barcelona suffocated teams with possession. Luis Enrique's Barcelona overwhelmed teams with MSN's brilliance. But Flick's Barcelona? They break teams mentally. They make you think you have a chance, they make you commit to strategy, and then they punish you for it. The evidence is everywhere. 5 comeback wins from losing positions. Nobody in La Liga has more. That's not luck. That's design. A plus 27 goal difference despite losing El Clasico. That's the mark of a team that dominates matches even when they don't win them all. And here's the scariest statistic. Barcelona are only going to get stronger. Yamal is 18 and improving every week. Gavi is coming back from an injury and will add even more intensity to their press. And Flick is still experimenting with rotations, still figuring out his best 11. This isn't Barcelona's final form. This is them learning. This is them building. And they're already 4 points clear at the top of La Liga. Real Madrid might have Mbappe scoring for fun, but Mbappe is 26. He's at his peak now. In 3 years, he'll be declining. Yamal is 18. In 3 years, he'll be entering his prime. And Pedri will be 25, and Gavi will be 23. Barcelona aren't just building for this season. They're building for the next decade. So here's my prediction. Barcelona will win La Liga this season, comfortably, by at least 6 points. They'll dominate in a way that makes everyone forget about the El Clasico loss. And next season, they'll be even scarier, because Flick isn't just making Barcelona great again. He's making them inevitable. Real Madrid fans, Liverpool fans, Manchester City fans, you can laugh now. You can point to the Bernabeu defeat and say they're vulnerable, but you're missing the bigger picture. Barcelona lost 1 match and learned how to never lose that way again. They've since won 5 straight in La Liga. They've beaten Atletico Madrid, a genuine title contender, in a match where they were losing and had 3 players pick up injuries. This team doesn't collapse. It adapts. It evolves. It overcomes. And that's why they're the scariest team in world football right now. So that's the truth about Hansi Flick's Barcelona after 5,000 minutes of analysis this season. But I want to know what you think. Am I overrating them? Is their high line going to cost them in the Champions League? Or are they really building something special? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Madrid fans, I know you'll have opinions. Bring them. Until then, keep watching. Because Barcelona's dominance is just getting started. And it's going to be beautiful.